So I'm gonna be giving one of our subs, wait, I guess no, one of our followers and subs probably on YouTube, a little account review. And if you have a Eula and you're looking to build your Eula, I'm gonna help you today by comparing my Eula to my friend's Eula right here, and also giving you guys the basic details of what you're gonna need. So first we're gonna go to weapon, then we're gonna go into artifacts, then we'll go into talents, and then I'll show you mine, and then we'll be done. If you enjoyed this video, hit a like, subscribe, make my life a lot easier. Thank you, I appreciate it. And here we go. All right, so really simple thing we have here is Eula is one of the units that gets off very scot-free with one of the weapons you can build in game. Go to the Dragon Spine area and go get the Star Tomb Star Silver. There's guides and everything to go get it. Very important that Eula gets this weapon because it gives physical damage bonus, and it can give you up to a potential for free-to-play damage to do about 100k damage off burst. Very, very important. Also, it gives a chance to drop a little icicle that does about 80% of her attack, which can also be really cool. And then units affected by cryo equal up to 200. It's ridiculous. It's dumb junk. It's an easy free sword you can build. Take some time out of your day, go build it, go farm some rocks, you'll be good. Here we're gonna go over to his artifacts. So right now, Gojo, I'm pretty sure, has just gotten a new Eula, right? I'm pretty sure, Gojo, you can keep going, guys. You just tell me as you're going through this. I'm pretty sure Eula's new, like, for the rest of you guys. And what you want to do is try and get the Pale Flame set. This set was specifically made for her. Like, they made this set when it came out. It relies on her elemental skills. Attack increased by 9% for 7 seconds. You're literally just adding on to the attack that you're already going to get from Eula as is. Because she can basically double E. There's a specific way you want to use Eula before you go into your burst, and I'll show you that in a second. As he said, he's really new to Eula in less of a week, and then I will add on to this, because Andre wants me to add on to it. For this weapon, if you're getting the Battle Pass weapon, you can use Serpent Spine, because it'll give you crit rate, and it's always nice to have a weapon that gives you crit rate or crit damage, because then you don't have to worry about that with a mask. So we're not going to Constellations. Let's go into his pieces. So for these set pieces, we don't really have to be too worried about the flower or the feather unless you're going, unless we're talking about substats. But if you're new, don't worry about it, okay? Just stop worrying about it, all right? We're good. We're good. We're not going to worry about that right now. You just need to know what you need for these 3 pieces: your crown, your goblet, and your timepiece. So let's go first with the timepiece. The timepiece here, he has the right thing here, attack percentage, and if you're looking for anything below, energy recharge, attack flat would be okay. I don't think you can get attack percentage with an attack piece. And then crit damage or crit rate can be helpful depending on what you need. Don't be too worried about the substats. We're just focused mainly on the main stat. So attack percentage here. For goblet, you don't want attack percentage. If this is the only thing you have, then use it. You want physical damage bonus. We're adding on to Eula's physical damage. When you swing with her, you typically will see white numbers pop up. That's the physical damage being done. Crit rate here, which is also good. Crit damage here, which is also good. Again, these aren't the best substats, but if you don't have that right now, don't worry about it. Don't try to give yourself like the perfect pieces. And then right here with the helmet, he's got crit rate. I'd always pick a little bit more crit rate over crit damage, because if you can't even get your crit damage, like, what's the point of it, right? This is a good mid piece. What you want to try to get with your crowns occasionally is a crit damage and crit rate piece, so that way they kind of balance each other out. So if you see this little if you see another crit underneath your crit piece, you should probably keep that one. So, he says he's trying physical damage. Yeah, they do not come easy. When you get a goblet, do not throw that thing away, even if it's kind of trash. Especially if you're starting the game early, better to save it and use it for a while until you have an actual replacement piece. So for talents, one really important thing you want to do for talents is Eula really benefits from her regular attack, because that's mainly what you're going to be doing with her. She's your DPS unit. We can go over the order for this. So these two are kind of even, right? Because her burst is where you're going to get a lot of her big damage, and as well as her regular attack. I'd say you're better off getting some normal attack in and making sure this is leveled than just worrying completely about burst, because the issue is you have to land the burst every time. It's not the hardest thing to hit, but you have to make sure you land it when you're using her. Versus having your attacks just normally leveled, the normal attacks, you can make sure that you are getting in consistent damage because you've leveled up her talents for that. But outside of this is fine, and then her E is last. However, her E does give you, her E here does give the debuff. Defense bonus, physical resistance decrease 22%, and cryo resistance decrease as well. One of my mods, Grizzy, you're the one who reminded me of this when I was not aware of it completely. So every time you level this up, you're lowering the enemy's defenses towards your physical attacks. And so lastly, outside of what we have here, with the claymores from earlier, Snow Tomb, Star Silver is fine. This one is also fine. I'm not so sure about the fish. Just because burst damage, I wonder if that would actually be any good. But the 3 I can recommend to you right now would be this one. Alright, the 2 I can recommend, my bad. Would be this one and then Star. This one's free. Okay? This one is free. If anything, I tell you, take the free one where you can. It does really good damage. Yeah, she needs Oz the Hub match. Yes. He said, so I'm screwed. So let me go run into Spiral real quick. Not the floor I'm already on. Click out of this. And, okay, cool. We're gonna go to a lower level just so I can show you guys how this works. Let's throw Eula in here. And then typically units I like to run with Eula would be Rosaria or another cryo unit just so they get cryo resonance so she can always have her crit rate a bit higher. Or added in an electro unit like Fischl, the Raiden Shogun. The Raiden Shogun's really good for her. If you don't have anyone else, maybe Lisa's Burst could be okay for trying to apply electro damage, and her E's kind of quick to throw electro damage in. And I think maybe Beido's Burst could work. You could run Beido's Burst probably for electro. Not her counter though. Her counter wouldn't help you much. But if I was going to recommend anybody, Fischl or the Raiden Shogun. It'd be those 2. We're gonna throw Fischl in here, and then we're just gonna throw in a healer. People would say maybe you want to run Bennett because he'll give you a bit more attack. But typically I like to have my healer be a little bit more reliable for healing for me. And I'm not the biggest fan of Bennett. He's a really good unit, so don't take that from me. It's just not really my favorite. Oh, crap. Well, I picked him anyways. Never mind. Right in Fischl, yeah. So, I'm not going to use this on the enemies. I'm pretty sure they're going to die if I do this first. With Eula, specifically, her regular attacks are... Oh, you can't even do it here. I can do it this way. With Eula, her regular attacks are pretty decent, right? With my Eula currently as she is, as a free-to-play Eula, they're like 9,000 damage. These are weaker enemies, but I can still get around 9,000, 8,000, 10,000 damage, right? Without crit, 2,000, 9,000, good. So typically what you want to do is you would like to throw out a unit like Fischl, press your E so they are applied with electro damage, press E again for cryo, and you see superconduct come up, which means that any enemy that's still alive after being hit by that has a lower resistance to physical damage. That's what superconduct does. What you also might like doing is having Rosaria come in and then use her burst to give you more crit rate. Now that the arrows are up, I have higher crit rate. 11k, 5,000, 9,000. It's a little easier to hit. That's the reason why I like running Rosaria with her. Now, as for her E, let's get through this floor real quick and I'll show you the next one. For Eula, when you're doing her attacks, her E resets for 3 seconds afterwards. So this is just a good poke move. It doesn't do anything too crazy. And you're building stacks. So that's 1 stack on Eula. Crush. If you look over her head, there's 2 swords. It's 2 stacks for Eula. You hold her E, and now there's 2, and that little explosion will lower people's physical resistance, though I didn't hit it this time. What you can also do, if I press E right now,
beg for mercy,
then press her burst,
vengeance will be mine.
The cooldown comes back, so I can now go right into E, and it also gave me another sword. And so now that sword was building up, missed that hit on there, and that's the reason why I don't try to go on a burst completely over her physical damage. But once you kind of get the hang of her, she's not too difficult to use. Let's try it on a little bit more of a more difficult opponent. Let's go to like floor 9. So we're just going through this floor. I just want to try to use it once or twice. So So we can get in your head. So, I with E, or Fischl with her E. Use your Rosaria, go in, press Q.
Shut up.
And now, my Eula is now doing more crit. I have one sword up if I press E now.
Beg for mercy.
And then press Q.
Blood of frost.
To go right back into it, and now I have another
Eye for
E.
an eye.
Eye for an eye, down, build my sword up, let it explode, and I'll let you guys see the damage. 127k, and that wasn't even my optimal hit. So,
More
if you can
speed.
see here, she's very much
Shut
a
up.
unit you want to invest into and a very good addition to your team. And hopefully this has been pretty straightforward enough for you and this has been too difficult. I'll catch you all later. Be sure to subscribe, and peace, Lightning Brigade.
Don't leave!